Oh my God, we're back again. The Chicago.
If any of you guys are like me and don't like having a bunch of gadgets in your car because you don't want to look like a Uber driver or something, I recommend this brand Lamicol, I think. And then I just got this like Belkin braided cable, and it just like I can tuck it away or it'll just run right there, and it's super just like subtle, doesn't really take away from the design of the car. Welcome to the part of winter that everybody hates. After the holidays and just snowy, slushy, and gross. I don't know why I didn't set up TSA pre-check way earlier on. It's only $78 for 5 years. I feel like I do a decent amount of traveling, so this is really gonna, pay itself out. How convenient is it that my favorite wine shop and coffee shop are across the street from each other? I've been coming to this film lab, Bellows Film Lab, here in Wicker Park because it's just way more efficient. They get me my film in 24 hours. They use this app called WeTransfer, so it just gets dropped right onto my phone, and I'm able to save it and post it and do whatever I want with it, whatever. It is a little pricey, I have to admit. I think it's like $20 or $25 for the development, but you can get a student discount, and also they give you more customization when it comes to how you want the film developed. So definitely recommend going here. Anyway, last errand of the day, I'm taking these Levi's. Check them out. I added all these pins to them. I don't know if you can see. Actually, you should be able to see. And yeah, I've grown really attached to these Levi's. I got them out in Denver. I've worn them a shit ton. That's why there's this big hole blowout in the crotch area. I'm gonna take it to this store that I used to go to a lot in high school when I was into like raw denim and stuff. It's called Mild Blend. So I popped in the other day to make sure that they will do repairs on all denim, not just denim that was purchased in their store. And they're like, yeah, come by, drop it off. So that's what we're gonna do. Welcome back. I am going to a restaurant for lunch. It's called Tack. It's currently Chicago Restaurant Week, so I'm just gonna do some solo dining. It's cold as hell out, but much warmer than it was maybe a few days ago. In the 30s now, can't complain. Chat, this meal is not going well. I've been sending everything back. Let's see how dessert goes. Review time. The French onion soup, sent it back. Salty, oily, not cheesy. It was like I was drinking a bottle of soy sauce or something. What was next? Oh my God, the fried chicken sandwich. Also sent that back. First bite was just burnt batter. There's too much batter. There's a small piece of chicken, but they managed to kind of inflate its appearance. So wasn't too happy about that. Sent that back. Salmon. Okay, and maybe this is my ignorance or just like my preference really. I don't like medium rare fish. I'll eat raw and I'll eat cooked, not overcooked, but cooked. So medium rare salmon was just not it. And it's supposed to be marinated, but it was so bland. Didn't finish it. I liked the burrata. I liked the dessert. Service was great considering they had to put up with me, and they even gave me a coffee on the house. So, but yeah, I definitely would probably not recommend that place, you know, unless you go out to dine for good service. Service was great, you know. They're just good sports about everything. Me sending stuff back to the kitchen. Yeah, I'll check back in tonight. We're going to 1 Michelin star BOKA for restaurant week, so much cheaper menu. Like I said, checking back in. We're going to BOKA here in Old Town. 10:30 reservation, super late. Wow, that was just amazing. $70 getting 4 courses, getting like a true taste of what BOKA is about. If you've never been to a Michelin star, man, Chicago Restaurant Week, I highly recommend everyone just take advantage, because that is just such an amazing opportunity. And the city just feels more lively, you know. Everyone's just more willing to go out and spend money and eat, and yeah, vibes are immaculate. Service was great. Got some compliments on the Santos. Yeah, good night. Welcome back to another episode of Chicago Restaurant Week. We're eating Italiano at this place called Segnatore. Running late for this reservation at ROOH. This is gonna be like my 4th Chicago Restaurant Week experience. Indian food today. All right, let's talk about ROOH real quick. The flavors just weren't there, you know? When it comes to Indian food, like, we need some punchy flavors, and everything was just a little too flat. I saw what they were going for, but they just missed the mark on a lot of those dishes. Favorite course, probably the dessert, the payasam. Everything else was just you know? Very heavy dishes too. Plating was awful. Plating's gotta be like my biggest critique. 6.5 out of 10. That was an absolute mess to eat. Wow, that looks crazy. ESME is the epitome of the intersection between art and food. Food was great, and they were just very experimental, which I That's what Restaurant Week's for, you know what I mean? As I was saying, ESME is the epitome of an intersection between art and food. They rotate their menu 2 to 3 times a year. They rotate the artists and the artwork that they have on display. Very innovative, very experimental, definitely worth the visit. And yeah, I like what they're doing. I get why they got the Michelin star. Was it the best food I ever ate? Absolutely not, but the experience was worthwhile, I think. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, 7.5 maybe. Oh yeah, there's definitely some people here. Definitely some people grinding it out. Rise and shine. We're about 2 hours early to the Notre warehouse sale. I know this is another warehouse sale. I hope Notre's doing all right because they've been hit a couple times. I mean, like they were broken into. So hopefully this isn't like some early sign that they're gonna close or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna join the queue. This whole rack right here is all Bodhi. Bottega. Oh my god, more Bottega. This stuff is the ROOH. They got some stuff here. I don't want the hanger too. Bottega. Oh, someone took the sweet ass Burberry. I will say that the sale wasn't as crazy as last time, but I did walk away with something much more like high designer, like Rick, Kiko, Bodhi, the ROOH, Burberry, a lot of Bottega. Got myself a Bottega jacket. So, was it worth standing outside in 35-degree weather for 2 hours? I'm pretty happy, you know? It's a net positive. All right, we're leaving. It's about 12:15 afternoon. Oh my god, look at that line. That is some nasty work. Nasty work. So just to put it into context, we were right there by the gate, and that took us 2 hours because we came, you know, like 2 hours before. Oh my god, nasty work. For whatever reason this time, I guess they didn't want customers just lingering and, you know, fucking soliciting. They made everyone just get in line and pay, and like I guess they're gonna kick everyone out in that first initial group and then bring in another group, because previously I think it was like 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, and a lot of people weren't happy about that. And like also, you know, last time I was there for longer than I really needed to be, so I think this is a better system all in all. Notre warehouse sale, winter edition. Just got home from the Notre warehouse sale, and I've already put on some of the pieces. So here's that Kiko Sorel jumper, and I've been eyeing this since October. I think I saw Notre got this in store. It was like maybe 400 or something like that. I got this for 115, which is just great price. I almost, you know, I was pump faking at the checkout line because I was like, do I need this? But I just love Olive. I love the texture on here. Size 50, could have maybe gone down to a 48, but very happy, very cozy. And this is fly. I fuck with it. I picked these up just because they were $12 and they're a lined croc clog. So who can pass up on that? So I picked up 2 pairs and then like a smaller pair for the OG. Got this, if anyone knows whether it's 032C or 032C. I don't know, it's a $5 book. I see Playboy Cardi, I see Martine Rose, I buy it. It's that simple. So a little coffee table edition. I feel like I haven't bought any coffee table books or anything of that nature in a really long time. So I saw this and just decided to scoop it up. The last and biggest purchase from the Notre warehouse sale, and I will say, like, there weren't many of the like blowout doorbuster deals where it's like, fuck it, let me throw it in the cart. It was more like, this is a good deal. Like I passed up on a Namacheco jumper that was like around $220. It was maroon and it was nice, you know, but like I don't want to sort of diverge too far from my personal style. You know, it's a good deal. I like Namacheco, but I had to pass up on it. So it's like those kind of deals where it's like, this is a great price, but 200 is still 200. So do I really want this type beat? I love Kiko. I don't own enough of his pieces. 115, just can't pass up on it. Yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Moving on to the big purchase. And I don't do these kind of big purchases often because, you know, especially when it comes to outerwear, most of my outerwear are like grail-worthy pieces. This just really caught my eye. Like the construction, how heavy, how warm it is, the cut. This is by Bottega Veneta. I think it's newer season. So this just goes against everything that is Jian. I don't like navy. I don't really wear cropped clothes, and this is both that. Yeah, let's get into the details. So first, what's really interesting about this puffer is that like the pits are like down here, so it's like it's really interesting fit. I also really enjoyed this detail right here, which is just like a waistband. So you can cinch it around your waist and it just prevents the wind from creeping up. And I have this detail on my Sandro parka and it's just amazing, very functional, very practical, and just, I think more jackets need to implement this feature. Yeah, let me zip it up. I remember in my pickups video, I showed you guys that like a Bottega like zip up, and just by looking at this zipper, that is 100% not real Bottega, because the Bottega hardware is like on another level. So look at this thing. Real cozy. I like the nylon, you know? You can also cinch it at the waist here. I haven't tried the hood. Let me try the hood. So, wow. Just wow. Real cozy, and retails at $3,600. This was a fraction of that. $1,200, which is still a lot of money, but compared to the retail, and I mean, if you're not convinced by this footage, like, you gotta see it in person, because this is just so freaking nice. Like, I'm genuinely impressed, and I've been looking at a lot of Bottega lately, and I'm not even like a high designer type of like consumer. But yeah, Bottega, sick. Notre warehouse sale, winter edition. That's a wrap. I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow for a final restaurant week reservation.
Siempre que te pregunto che quando como e donde.
All right, let's talk about the restaurant. Food was great, ambiance. The service was good. It was a little bit of a rocky start just because they told us like we're the last seating and the kitchen closes at the same time that we were seated, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then they were like, you can't do restaurant week. And then after like I kind of, you know, expressed that doesn't make any sense and that shouldn't really be how things are, they kind of just folded and brought out the restaurant week menus. So service, they definitely bounced back from that rocky start. We're going to the Kanye listening party for the new album Vultures. We're walking a little further from the United Center because those Uber surges are no joke. That was actually a really fun experience. First time doing that kind of like a listening party or whatever it's called. And yeah, there's definitely some good tracks on there. He brought out Freddie Gibbs, so you already know. And I think I heard the track with Cardi on it too. Welcome to the outro of the video. I have just secured a box of excellent vanilla ice cream. This is a Korean ice cream. I first had it back in October and couldn't get it out of my mind. I contacted H Mart a couple times. You know, I went in just to grab other stuff, and I was like, let me just, you know, check and see if they have any. You know, I looked up and down, nothing, and then I see one box of this just lying there. Didn't even see a price, grabbed it, and yeah, I think there's two flavors here. There's like a classic and then a French vanilla. Trust me, this is the best vanilla ice cream that there is. And along with the ice cream, I have a new bag of beans. This is a coffee chain. I want to say it's local to Chicago. Yeah, beans from Kenya. We're gonna make an affogato. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of my espresso setup and just talk a little more about my hobby and just like other things. It's gonna be very much a freestyle. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. Among the various ways that I like to consume my espresso, this is probably one of my favorites, and this is just espresso and Perrier sparkling water. It is so smooth, and typically I have the shot just go right into like the ice cold sparkling water, and you get like that gradient of like warm and cold, the crema, it's like sweet on top and then like refreshing underneath. It's so good. Anyway, let's get into this ice cream. That's beautiful. Very small, you know, but man, this is just, let's get into it. It literally looks like butter. So what we're gonna do is just plop that in there, and then the espresso right on top. Oh my God, it smells so freaking aromatic. I gotta get a piece of the actual ice cream running away from me here, but look at that. That's so good. Highly recommend. Yeah, so that is my espresso setup, my espresso routine. So for those that are interested in espresso, I'm very much a beginner still. I will say if you are to get into espresso, you really want to invest more into the grinder than the espresso machine. I'm using a Breville Bambino Plus, the Varia VS3 grinder that was gifted to me by the little bro for Christmas. And a lot of my puck prep tools are all from Normcore, which is, I want to say it's a Chinese brand. And it kind of brings me to this like next point. I remember when I was researching like tools, and I came across this Reddit thread, and you know, someone was just ranting about how like Normcore like tools or equipment are cheap. I'm only gonna pay for made in China products when it comes to like Apple and stuff like that. And I was a little taken aback because I thought we were done being like blatantly xenophobic, but I guess not. You know, I think it's hard to really remove that reputation that everything that comes from China is like cheap or low quality, whereas like if it comes from Italy or, you know, Japan, then it's like all of a sudden high quality or just better. And that's just the wrong mindset, the wrong way to think about things. Shit, I mean, I was born in China. There's nothing cheap, nothing low quality about me. Like, there's good factories, there's good products, there's a lot of good stuff coming out of China. And, you know, I hope that this year I'm able to visit China and go to some of these major cities and really experience like how much China's changed and evolved. You know, infrastructure, whatever. Yeah, I strongly encourage all of you guys to really check out other parts of Asia. Stop going to Japan. Like, what is, like, I'm personally, I'm just sick of seeing like Japan. Like, bro, way better places to go to in East Asia, Southeast Asia. So, you know, diversify, branch out, you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this content that I've been putting out. I guess I just wanted to be transparent and explain that moving forward, I'm gonna really focus my lens when it comes to like the content that I post on fashion, I guess you can say, just because whenever my scope is just too wide, the videos just tend to not do as well. But don't worry, like, I'm still gonna have like, you know, food content and like other like things like this, like coffee, but I'm gonna probably emphasize like styling, pickups, that kind of thing, to just really like bolster this channel and build up the audience. It won't be, you know, vocal fry, starting my own brand. If I do get sent stuff, don't worry, it's not gonna be like a one big advertisement. I'm still gonna be very authentic to myself, stay true to like, you know, my style of content. Some upcoming content, I'm gonna be going to DC for a business trip. So if any of my viewers are from DC or have been to DC, or like the, what is it, like DMV is what they call it, that area, District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia, I want to say. Then, you know, drop some recommendations, stores, restaurants, things of that nature. Anything cool, any like pop-up events, unique things. I've already found some cool stores, so I have an idea, a general idea of what I want to vlog when I'm out there, so stay tuned for that. The helmet collection video, I'm going to start working on now, and that'll be out by the time his birthday is here, and stay tuned, a lot of good things coming. Thank you all for continued support. I'm having a lot of fun making this content. I feel really like sentimental as of recently, just because of like being so social in my own city with Restaurant Week, and then engaging with people at the Notre warehouse sale, and then the Lunar New Year, spending time with the family, digging into like my own culture, going to the Kanye listening party. And I know Kanye's like can be very controversial and whatnot, but like, man, like just strong ties because he's from Chicago, and just having like cooler events. I have this sense that Chicago is changing. The food scene's crazy here. The food scene is actually crazy here. The stores, a lot of like vintage spaces moving in, furniture, like vintage furniture, some archival showrooms. I'm excited to continue to showcase how beautiful the city is. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.